Hey everyone, I'm FM Greeno. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now I've taken a little bit of a detour out of the Baltics, but there's a good reason for it. We'll have a look at that in a minute. We're going to be trucking up through Sweden today. The reason for that is we're going to pick up an achievement called the Sightseer achievement. Again, more on that in a moment. Let's go and see how I ended up where I ended up. So as you can see, I'm currently down here in Rostock in Germany, which is a little way away from where we left off last time in Riga. The reason for that, when I was in Riga there was a job to take a yacht across to Uppsala, which was a town I hadn't visited in Scandinavia, and if you remember there were probably only about 4 or 5 towns left that we hadn't been to there. One of them was the little port here, which the ferry from Ventspils goes into. So I thought, well, if I just nip over there quick, I can pick up these 2 towns. Also, Västerås here was another of them. We still have Kapellskär here, which is a ferry that takes you across into Finland. There was one more, a place called Gedser here, which again is a little town, nowhere to deliver there, and it's only any good if you want to take a ferry from the southern Denmark to Rostock. So what I did was I took a job here in Uppsala, nipped into Västerås here, all the way down through Sweden again to this little place Gedser, and crossed over to Rostock. So that basically meant that in the course of 2 deliveries I'd picked up 4 of the 5 little remaining towns I needed in Scandinavia. And when you've got all the towns, that's when you get the Sightseer achievement, every town in that DLC. So what we're going to do today is find a job where we can tick this last little one off, and that'll be the achievement. Let's go and see what I've got lined up. So this is the job, and it's going to get us back up into that Baltic DLC. Of course, Finland, even though it is part of Scandinavia, wasn't in the Scandinavia DLC, it's in the Baltic one. So this job is taking some forklift trucks from Rostock up to Turku in Finland. So we'll be crossing back on this little ferry here, through this little bit of Denmark, across the bridge, into Sweden, all the way up through Sweden, round Stockholm, catching another ferry here at Kapellskär, ticking off that last town, and heading into Finland. So let me go and get hooked up and we'll get underway. So we're all hooked up with our load of forklifts. Let's see if you can see them here as we mooch along. There we go. Beautiful. It's a little after 4 AM on a Sunday morning here in Rostock. A little bit of rain about. It's just starting to get light. We've got a long journey ahead of us. If you look on the sat-nav, the whole thing is going to take over 24 hours. But quite a bit of that's going to be on ferries, of course. So that's pretty helpful in that it allows us to catch up on some sleep while we're doing that. Oh, looks like the rain is stopping, so we can turn the windscreen wipers off. That's good. So it's still going to be quite a lot of driving. We've got to drive all the way up through Sweden, so that's going to take a while. But it's a drive we're fairly familiar with. Some of those crazy slip roads where you can barely manoeuvre a car, let alone a truck. Should be interesting. But yeah, looking forward to mooching up through there again. And of course that'll bring us into another country then when we get into Finland. Not been to Finland before in the game, so looking forward to it. It'll be really cool. Anyway, let's go and catch our first ferry and get into Denmark. So here we are pulling into the port at Rostock. You can see it's a pretty major container terminal. Obviously the biggest kind of port in this part of Germany. We are going to go hop on a boat now. Let's see where we're going to go. So we've got 2 choices here. We have actually been from this port before. We did actually take the boat up to Trelleborg once. That goes there. We could actually do that, couldn't we? Why not do that? Not much more expensive, and it will save us a little bit of travel. Okay, let's go to Trelleborg. We've already ticked Gedser off of our list, so here we go. That will obviously give us a bit more rest as well, so the sleep meter will be fully sorted out. We do need some fuel at some point, and it's raining here in Sweden. Okay, right, so we've got about another 19 hours to go now, apparently. So best we get cracking. So we're just coming up to 2 PM now. We've had a fairly good drive so far. It's been really fairly standard. Dual carriageway like we're on now, and just stopped for fuel. Christ, it's expensive in Sweden. I just paid €1.49 a litre for it. You compare that to Kaliningrad, where I paid 52 euro cents a litre. Almost 3 times as much. That's not on. I did just check while I was in the petrol station. I got just over 7 hours on the sleep meter left. And at the time I checked it, the ferry port where I'm catching the ferry was about 6.5 hours away. So, assuming we can make decent pace, I reckon we can make that ferry without having to stop for a sleep. I've said this before and been caught out, as I'm sure you remember. But we're going to give it a go. I have been able to make fairly decent progress so far. In fact, at one point I actually hit 96 kilometers an hour on this road here in Sweden. Speed limit was only 80, but I was going downhill and I just thought I'd push it and see how far we could go. I didn't get a ticket, so that was lucky. No police cars around, or maybe they just couldn't keep up with me. That was probably it. Anyway, so like I say, probably about 6 hours of the drive left here in Sweden before we go and get the boat. So yeah, we're going to push on. I think we're just by Jönköping now. We'll be going past Linköping, where we have those cool aircraft by the side of the road, so maybe we'll have a little look at them again as we go past. And then up towards Stockholm and beyond for the ferry. So here we are, coming up to Linköping, and you can see there on the right-hand side, it's those planes again. Now, let's see if I can navigate around this corner without crashing outside of the cab. Yeah, look at that. So those are pretty cool, aren't they? I like going past them. I think there might be more than one set of them around the town. I'm not sure, but I'm sure I've seen some that look different to that. So we'll keep an eye out for them. But yeah, luckily the rain has stopped. It's quite a nice day here, about 4 PM. Just making decent progress. I told you I'd seen more planes. There's one we just gone past there on the right, which I guess is advertising Linköping Airport. And the ones up here ahead, these are the fighter jets. I think these are the first ones that we ever saw. So they're pretty cool, right? So that's 5 planes we've spotted so far. Are there any more?
Get ready to turn left.
So, we have discovered Kapellskär, and up on my screen, I don't think you'll be able to see it because it's not actually in the game and it was behind my head anyway.
Turn left.
Was the achievement. We have done the Sightseer achievement. 35 cities in Denmark, Norway and Sweden.
Go straight on.
So that's awesome. My guy just started to yawn, so it's perfect timing to arrive here at the ferry port. We can get this boat, he can get a little bit of rest on there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure when we're going to get back to this part of the world again now, because obviously there are other achievements that we'll be wanting to do around and about different parts of Europe, but I'm sure there are other things that we will come back here for. I haven't looked through the list of achievements, but there must be other ones around certain deliveries or certain cities or whatever in Scandinavia, so when the time is right, we will come back and do some of those at our leisure. But for now, it's going to be goodbye to Sweden. We're going to go and hop on this ferry. If I can find my way round to it without crashing into anything. And we're going to be heading over into Finland. So let's see how long this ferry boat ride is going to take. I reckon it's probably got to be somewhere between 4 and 6 hours. Let's have a look. Right, where are we going? That's the question. Oh, it's a 9-hour journey. Okay. We're either going there or we're going there. Well, we don't want to go to Estonia. We want to go to Finland, that's for sure, because we're delivering to Finland. A 9-hour journey, so we should come out of that completely refreshed, I think. And here we are. So this is 4 out of 35 on our Baltic tourist achievement as well. So there's an achievement for going around all the Baltic cities. What is it now? 4:53 a.m. and you can see the sleep meter is completely empty. Oh, the rain has started again. One thing about Finland is it does rain a little bit. But we've only got 48 minutes left here to make our delivery. So it can't be very far away. Just got to work my way through this port. Where are we going? Off this way, perhaps? Looks like. I'm always a bit wary about these places because this is where you tend to get sideswiped by somebody, you know?
Get ready to turn right.
Get ready to turn right. Okay, we can do that. Oh, it's a shame we can't see more of the place here at the moment. The weather's not conducive and it's a little bit early in the morning, so still not proper daylight. I don't know if anything's coming that way or not. I can't see. Let's just chance it, shall we? Looks like we're okay. There we go. So, yeah, just about 3/4 of an hour then to get to Turku from here. We'll check in when we get a bit closer. Or if we see anything cool on the way. We've hit Turku. I can't tell you anything about it or the drive. Because as you can see, we're in the middle of a storm. It is foggy as hell. So we can barely see 10 yards in front of the vehicle, to be honest with you. So, oh, there's a nice recruitment agency discovered. Always welcome. So, yeah, so hopefully this is going to clear up a little bit. And we can get to see a bit more of Finland over the next couple of drives. I think my plan will be to stay in Finland or maybe nip into Russia from here. For the next couple of drives anyway. Have a little bit of a look around the place. It looks busy here at this junction, doesn't it? Loads of trucks around. I'm not quite sure how we're going to navigate this. Let's give it a go. Find this tanker first is probably the best idea. Look at that dude with his helicopter on the back of his truck. That's pretty cool. We like that. I tell you what, Turku is fond of its traffic lights. I've been caught by about 8 sets of them so far. It's only round the corner where we need to go, but it's taking me forever.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Let's see if we can get through these ones before they change.
Turn right.
Here we go. Just about. Follow these guys. Hopefully that will be the last of the traffic lights we see. So yeah, so I'm not quite sure what I can tell you about this place, to be honest. We'll have to wait until it brightens up a little bit.
Get ready to turn left.
I think the Baltic tourist thing looks like an interesting challenge. It might not be
Turn left.
as difficult as some of the others, because I think the reason the Sweden one was difficult, picking up some of those little ferry ports and the like, was because you had no real reason to go there unless you were coming into this DLC, which of course at the start I didn't have. So I think it was difficult to pick up the places like Kapellskär or whatever unless you just drove there for no reason at all. But now obviously that we have those ferry routes open, that should make it easier. So I think with the Baltic ones, I mean, I've already picked up at least one ferry port in Latvia.
Get ready to turn right.
So I think that'll be a little bit easier having all the DLCs in place, you know. Anyway, looks like we're delivering
Turn right.
just here. Good lord. It is impossible to see anything. Let's try and get round this corner without any incident. There we go.
This is where it ends.
And we'll get this load parked up. Take the nice easy one because it's too foggy and rainy to be mucking about. Off we go. We've seen this one before. We just get pretty close to the fence. And hopefully just roll it straight in. There we go. Nice and easy. So, let's have a little look what that has brought us. Nice payday there. 35,000 euros. bunch of XP, so I think another decent long drive or a couple of short drives, that should get us up to level 24, I think. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was pretty cool to be back in Sweden again, seeing those planes by the side of the road and what have you. And if you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. That helps me get seen by more people, of course. And if you've got any comments about this episode, the series as a whole, or where you think I should be heading next, let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, don't forget, click on that button, click on the bell for notifications, and come and hop on the Greenobus. There's plenty of room for you all. Just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action up here in Finland with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Bye for now.